Welcome to the Eldon House Library. Eldon House was destined to become a community space when it was first built in 1834. John and Amelia Harris, the original owners of Eldon House, were some of London's most influential citizens in the mid-1800s. John was actually the treasurer of London and the surrounding area, and thus hosted many members of local government in the house. His wife, Amelia, was a member of the Ryerson family of Port Ryerson, Ontario, who were actually some of Ontario's earliest settlers and had connections among other Ontarian colonists. John and Amelia hosted many members of society in this house, including local government members like John Carling, artists such as Burwell and Wainsworth, members of local entrepreneurial families like the Labatt and the Leonard families, who were personal friends, and also members of international governments like Sir Edmund Head. Sir Edmund Head had actually accompanied the Prince of Wales on his tour of Canada in 1860 and stopped by at Eldon House. Now, John and Amelia had 10 surviving children, 3 sons and 7 daughters. And it's really the women of the family that made this such a social space. Having 7 daughters, the Harris family would have young men from society and the military come in to court their daughters. We know from the Eldon House diaries that this library was actually used as the ballroom. The furniture would be moved out and a fiddler would be in this space in order to provide music for dancing, and young members of society could get to know each other. However, this space eventually became insufficient for the number of parties hosted by the Harris family, and an addition was added in 1877. That space was known as the drawing room. In the drawing room, the space is much larger, and the ceilings are actually 2 feet higher than everywhere else in the house. This is done for acoustics. It also had space for larger musical instruments, including a baby grand piano that was originally in that space. The Harris family continued hosting parties through the 1800s and of course through the turn of the century. In the 1920s, one of the most popular events here at Eldon House was the Lemon Party. This was a 1920s party where everything was themed to be shades of yellow, from the decorations to the food, the drinks, and of course the costumes. Millie Harris, who was our last matron, was also an avid party planner, and she actually hosted several parties, including masquerades, inspired by her trips to Venice. When we talk about Eldon House as a community space, as a place for socialization, we talk about it in relation to the people who lived here. In the modern era, we hope that London's community will see Eldon House as more than a space for historical parties, and will continue making this a community space in the modern era. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, please check out our others on our YouTube channel and also our social media. Thank you.